Thank you, Matt. Learning Zoom every time I use it. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Well, congratulations to our winners. My boys and I are playing along here, so nicely done. I'm really happy to be here and would like to thank everyone working behind the scenes at IKAR for getting this together. I can't tell you how many new tech things I learned just to be here this evening, but it's really a pleasure to be here. I am the pitch part of your evening. I like to be very transparent about that. I'm the part of the evening that is always awkward anytime you're at a Jewish event or an event otherwise. But I also did want to just say that it is an exceptional time in global history and also in our country's history. So I'm just going to be fully transparent. It's a difficult time. We have rates of unemployment that are staggering. Many people are struggling. So I don't want you to think that this pitch is in any way not taking into account what a difficult time it is for so many families. That being said, I'm very grateful to be here. I'm an extremely grateful member of IKAR. And I did want to talk a little bit about sort of my IKAR journey. I actually have known about IKAR pretty much since it started. I was not on television when I learned about IKAR. I was at UCLA, and I'm a Hillel member, and I was a member of UCLA Hillel for all the years that I was there for my undergrad and my graduate degree. And to be honest, once I found Hillel, it was very difficult to find a congregation that matched the kind of learning and the kind of community that Rabbi Chaim Seidler-Feller, who was my Rav, who is my Rav, had gotten me used to. So essentially, I was a wandering Jew. I was a shul hopper, and sometimes I was a shul shopper, but I was raised Reform. I went to Temple Israel of Hollywood. I became more religious in college and never really found a place that felt like my place, felt like my denomination. Spent a lot of time at B'nai David. Also was a Happy Minyan person. And as my life went on, I've davened really at every kind of synagogue in this city. When my father, Zichrono Livracha, passed away, I said Kaddish at Shari Tzedek here in the Valley, which is walking distance from my house. I've also had some beautiful times at Beth Am. But my long history with IKAR is that when I was in grad school, I heard about this community that was starting, which was trying to be different than what any other synagogue had been. And it met in the JCC on Olympic and Fairfax. I grew up Melrose, Fairfax, so I knew that neighborhood well. And with my first son as just a baby, we started going sporadically to this community, IKAR. And as life would have it, having young children made it hard to get to synagogue, to be in synagogue, and to really dive in the way that I wanted to. I ended up getting divorced. I got my doctorate. I was working and raising small children. And I found IKAR again. And I'd like to give a very loving shout out to Abby and Avram, the Pfeiffer Mandel family, and to Shep and Sherry Rosenman, who really took on IKAR in a way that welcomed me in and really helped me recommit to Jewish observance and to Jewish life, which is a very powerful thing as someone who was a wandering Jew for so long. So the true story is that I have never joined a synagogue in my life until last year. IKAR is the first place that I have paid membership to. I've gone to UCLA Hillel all these years as the place that I go for High Holy Days, and then throughout the year, I just I float about. But I was ready to make the commitment, and I did. And it's been a wonderful experience. And obviously, Rabbi Sharon has been a leader in our community for so long, has been so inspiring, and so many of the things that I was always afraid of in terms of joining a synagogue and being part of that kind of bureaucratic circumstance, I feel like IKAR has relieved a tremendous amount of. Obviously, the strength of the clergy is very powerful. The leadership, and also the notion that I don't think I've ever been to a synagogue where people actually were there because they wanted to be there. And I think for a lot of us, that has been true no matter what denomination we were raised davening in. I've brought I've brought several modern Orthodox friends to IKAR, and that's also kind of the thing that sticks with them and sticks with me as well, is that this is a community of people that want to be there. And that has been a tremendous addition to my life, to my children's lives. And I have a 14-year-old and I have an almost 12-year-old. And it's really been a core part of our connection to a community. For me, as a public person, I always feel like I'm in a goldfish bowl. And sometimes I do feel like that still, always, but I will say that IKAR has been a beautiful landing place, and we feel very at home there. And a large component of what I'm gonna say before we're done is this right now. My commitment to IKAR does not stop with me joining, and it can't. And there are many things that that we all do. Another thing I love about IKAR is how active the community is. And I've gotten to know so many people who are active in really transforming the community and the larger community through their commitments. And yes, like I said, it is awkward to be the person doing this, but I will say that joining is one thing that we do, and sustaining our community is another. IKAR not only touches our lives, it touches our city, it touches our community, and it touches the global community. So just so you know, for those of you who go to shul in the last year or so, you see that we come on Shabbos and we stay for lunch. It's a huge part of our social and our social commitment to being Jews. The learning that I've been able to do even before the quarantine, specifically with Rabbi Kasher, has really transformed my Jewish identity and my life again. Not to embarrass Rabbi Kasher, but I can't see anybody's face, so I guess that's okay, or hopefully he won't be upset. You know, after being trained by Rabbi Chaim Seidler-Feller, I hadn't really found someone who I wanted to learn with that same way, in that same particular way. And my participation in learning with Rabbi Kasher, also during the quarantine, has been an incredibly important part of my life. And for that, I am so grateful to IKAR and to Rabbi Kasher specifically. And what I feel like is that I've found the Judaism that fits my life, instead of finding a way to fit my life to some abstract concept of Judaism. So I couldn't figure out that banner. I'm just being super honest. There's like a banner at the bottom of everybody's screen. I couldn't figure it out. So I'm pretty sure that it was posted in the chat. This is the time to go to tinyurl.com/support-IKAR. You can also go to IKAR LA on Venmo. I believe that I'm supposed to say that if you donate $100, yes, oh, it's right there. I know this doesn't sound, maybe this is inspiring. You can get an IKAR coffee mug, people. That's what I'm saying right now. Do you want an IKAR coffee mug? Within the next 10 minutes, if you donate any amount over $100, you will get an IKAR coffee mug. So again, this is the point when you go to like a computer or your phone and you type in tinyurl.com/support-IKAR, or you can Venmo IKAR LA. Again, I know this is an awkward thing to be this person, but I love this community. I choose to put my financial support, my time, my energy, my love, and really all that my family can provide to this community. And I hope you will do the same if you are able to. I'm gonna be quiet now. For $200, you get a mug that Rabbi Kasher uses. I want that. Miles, donate $200. Just kidding. I will stop there. I'm gonna be hanging around a bit more for games, and I'm gonna stop. Please, our community needs you, especially now. And thank you, IKAR, for being there for me and for my kids and for giving us so much structure. Getting a little emotional. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.